Welcome back. All right, news of the day video for all you fine people on the internet for your Monday. It is October the 6th. It is Christmas Eve for those who really love their hockey and have missed National Hockey League regular season games. And so tomorrow night, regular season games return. So I was out today. That's why there hasn't been a video posted up until now. I went with my wife to see her doctor for a follow-up to her surgery as she continues her recovery. And so that's why the video is being posted when it is. But as soon as I got home, I made sure I got this started. So the first of two suspensions has been announced. Scott Sabourin's been suspended 4 games by the National Hockey League. The Tampa Bay Lightning still waiting on the announcement on Mosier. I would expect that announcement's going to be over the next couple hours. I don't think I'm going to be doing another news video, although I will be looking at, players who made it onto rosters and some interesting storylines with who made it onto teams today. So 4-game suspension for Sabourin. You guys can let me know your thoughts. The Tampa Bay Lightning also claimed Douglas on waivers from the Utah Mammoth, as there were a few waiver claims, and we will discuss that. James Reimer released from his professional tryout by the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Toronto Maple Leafs also busy with waiver pickups. They picked up Caden Primo from the Carolina Hurricanes. So Primo doesn't play a game in Carolina. Now he's in Toronto. And Sammy Blais picked up by Toronto from Montreal. So if the Canucks had kept him around, and I know there were some Abbotsford fans that were sad to see Blais go, doesn't matter. Canucks would have waived him, and he would have ended up in Toronto. So worked out all right for Vancouver. Jake Walman has signed a 7-year extension with the Edmonton Oilers worth $7 million per. This was the big signing today, right? Walman, that seems like a lot for Walman, but that's the thing, right? Everybody's pay is going to be going up accordingly, and the one exception seems to be Connor McDavid. Yes, Connor McDavid has signed an extension with the Edmonton Oilers. So all of the trolling about Connor's leaving and he's gone at the end of the year and, paved the way for a trip to the New York Rangers. Nope. 2-year extension. So he gets the 2-year extension. The cap hit remains, I believe it's exactly the same at $12.5 million. Now there's some definite bonus money in there. Some serious bonus money involved in this contract. But either way, the cap hit itself stays at $12.5 million. 2 things. It leaves space for the Edmonton Oilers to add to their roster and get, stay competitive, stay as a top team. And it means that 2 years down the road, he could leave in the event that the Edmonton Oilers haven't won a championship at that point, or if they're moving further away from a Stanley Cup. This is the kind of deal that a lot of people were expecting players to be signing, since the salary cap is going up exponentially. If you sign for a little bit less now, you might make more later. So that's why the 8-year contracts look so pricey. My guess is a few years from now, they won't look quite as pricey as they do right now. But McDavid, unselfish and taking the $12.5 million. Sounds weird to say that, doesn't he? Hey, Bill there, he did a good job. He's only making $12.5 million a year. I don't know how he lives on that. Anyways, so McDavid signs the 2-year extension with Edmonton. That conversation's gone. We are watching as the unrestricted free agent class of 2026 just dissipates in front of our eyes. And, so there won't be any more clickbait about Connor McDavid going anywhere else for a while. Thank you very much. Edmonton Oilers. Connor Sherry. So I would really hope Sherry would get a contract with the Rangers, and he does. It's a 1-year contract. It is a 2-way deal. $775,000 at the NHL level, $250,000 at the AHL level, and $500,000 guaranteed. Sherry had a good preseason, and I'm glad to see him get rewarded by signing a contract. So Buffalo has claimed Colton Ellis from St. Louis, and I'm not sure where all these goaltenders are going to play. They've got Georgiev, they've got UPL. Now, of course, UPL's been dealing with an injury, so okay. But they've also got Alex Lyon. So there's a lot of goaltenders. I don't know if Lindy Ruff's going to try to play 2 at the same time and argue, look, we'll just play with 4 skaters and 2 goaltenders. But, Buffalo trying something a little different, having 4 goaltenders on their opening night's roster. So, we'll see how all that goes for them. I also wanted to throw this on the board. Pierre LeBrun's reporting that the league has done what I figured they probably would, that they have talked to both people in management from the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Florida Panthers about what we witnessed the other night, and let them know That is not acceptable conduct in a hockey game. This is something that could have been done a while ago. Like the suspension video I did yesterday. Look how many of those suspensions recently have been between these two teams. The NHL needs to take the temperature down. I understand these players hate each other, but you got to bring that temperature down, and good on the league for stepping in. So before this year's draft, what was everybody saying? You could trade first-round draft pick. This year's drafts, you could trade first-round draft picks because this year's draft is terrible. It's awful. Now, the most recent draft that I can remember being told was awful was 2017. There ended up being some pretty good players out of that draft. And generally speaking, drafts will always have good players. Interestingly enough, for the first time since 2019, there are 5 players from this year's draft who have qualified for the rosters of their team on opening night. Matthew Schaefer, the number 1 pick, qualifies for the Islanders. Not a surprise there. Michael Misa, the number 2 pick by San Jose, qualifies, so Sharks fans have to be over the moon at just how many good young forwards this team has. Number 5, Brady Martin makes it on to Nashville. I'm not entirely surprised with that. Nashville needs a little bit of youth and definitely the talent, the skill level that Martin has. Ben Kindle, the number 11 pick by Pittsburgh, has been picked up as well, or kept around as well by Pittsburgh. And then on top of that, Braden Coots made it into the lineup for the Vancouver Canucks, the number 15 pick, right out of his first training camp and onto the team. And how many times did I say, this is happening. How many times did I say Vancouver don't trade the pick? Every time they talked about Vancouver trading the pick, I said no. That there are centers available in the draft. I'm so tired of the Canucks. Hopefully, with a first-round draft pick making it onto the roster right out of the draft, hopefully this changes management's thoughts on draft picks in the teens. How many superstar players are there in the NHL who were drafted in the middle of the first round? There are a number of them. And if you have good scouting, if you believe in your scouting, go out and get those players. So it's going to be fun to see 5 guys in the lineup. I don't think all of them stay the whole season. One of the reasons that Coots would make it for Vancouver is he's a center. And Vancouver desperately needs help down the middle. He's got speed as well, so speed, play center. And he's got the skill. We'll see what happens this year. But odds are not all of them are going to stick around. I think Schaefer plays the whole year. Misa plays the whole year. And then between Martin, Kindle, and Coots, I'll say one of them plays the whole year. We'll see which one plays the whole year in the National Hockey League and which ones end up being sent down. So one thing that I think is interesting, and I'm going to look through all the rosters. Having just got home, I have not looked through all the rosters. Anaheim's carrying 3 goaltenders, Dostal, Husso, and Mrazek. Tampa Bay is carrying 3 goaltenders as well, Copley, Johansson, and Vasilevsky. And other goaltenders got through waivers. So all of that talk about Dawes, nope, got through waivers. All that talk about DiPietro in Boston, nope, got through waivers. Kakinen in Montreal, got through waivers. There's always that discussion of, I don't know if these guys are going to pass, but you have to ask yourself, and I've done this myself, where I look at rosters and go, which team is going to pick up that player, especially a goaltender, because they have to be better than that team's backup. At least that's always been my theory. It is interesting to see which goaltenders are getting claimed right now, and there's going to be issues once all the goaltenders are healthy, but it's a laugh because we never are in a league where all goaltenders are healthy. My guess is that some of these goaltenders are going to get waived. We're going to see big shakeups in terms of who's where. We'll see claims going in. 3 goaltender rotations generally do not work for very long. So outside of a goaltender dealing with an injury and needing to have the other 2 to backfill for that, 3 goaltender rotations generally don't go all that well. So we'll see how it all shakes down. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Hit like and subscribe in the event you may not have done so already. Thank you guys so much for all your support as always. I will talk to you again probably pretty soon.